What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you got notifications turned on. That way you'll know when I drop the next video. And in today's video, I'm finally starting to customize my Lone Wolf Customs grunt helmet. Yeah, this is it's been a while since I actually got this. I've been actually getting some supplies to actually start this process, and just to go over some of the things that I actually have that I'll be using. I'm actually going to be using a Dremel tool and files. So I've got some round files, rat tail files is what they're called. I actually got a flat file right here. I also have, I call these jeweler files, but they're the more smaller type files to get into some of the smaller areas. And I'm also going to be using this little cutoff wheel here. So this little diamond wheel to cut it out. I've actually got some an actual cutting kit, which has got the fiberglass wheels. But after watching the folks over at Lone Wolf Customs, he was talking a lot about this particular wheel here. So that's the one I picked up to use. Now, what we're going to do today is this is going to be a multi-video process. There is some cleaning up that has to be done around the edges here. So what I'm going to attempt to do today is actually get the visor cut out. But I'm going to leave, upon the suggestions of the folks at Lone Wolf Customs, I'm actually going to leave this bottom piece right here. That helps with the integrity on the cheek pieces, especially if you're going to be using it, or if it's going to be taking a longer time to actually get done, just in case heat or anything gets to it, this will keep this in. So I'm actually going to leave a small section here, attempt to leave a small section here. And then hopefully we can get this thing all cut out, and that's my goal for this first video, is just to get everything cut out and get things sort of filed and sanded to the best of my ability. So let me get things set up, and I'll be right back. All right, something else I wanted to talk about as well, and that's this rear vent area. You don't have to cut this out. I personally am going to attempt it. So you notice I got a drill. And so what I'm going to be doing when I get to this point is I'm going to be drilling some little holes right here. And that should help me get in there, because these are some actually pretty small grooves. So I think that's what I'm going to attempt first. But before that, I need to actually sand out some of this inner area right there. So yeah, let's get started. This is probably going to get a little loud, so I just wanted to apologize for that in advance, but let's see what we can do. Turn this off a little bit. So what I'm doing is I don't know if you'll be able to see it, I'm actually thinning this down right here. And that was sort of a recommendation that I got from the guys at Lone Wolf. So let's keep it going. Went the wrong way. This is definitely a noisy process. Definitely. And a dusty process. All right, so I've got that area trimmed down. So now, the fun part. We're going to try to start drilling. And again, I'm doing this very very, very meticulously. I'm not getting any kind of big hurry. So this type video is going to be probably a little bit longer than what you're used to, and I apologize for that. So what I'm doing now is with this really small drill bit, and I'll show you here in a minute, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video, finish everything else, and I'll get back to where I'm filing at. So what I'm doing is just drilling a series of holes that should help me actually clear this out a lot. Also, be very careful where you have your hand on the inside of the helmet. The material drills really well, so that's not an issue at all. So let me get a couple more, and I'll show you what I got. All right, so right there, I drilled a series of holes, so that should actually help me clean this up a little bit. So I tell you what, let me get started on this, and I'll show you what things look like when I've got all this area cleaned out. All right, everybody, so I wanted to sort of give you an update on where I'm at right now. I've actually got some progress going on the vents, and this part right here, this needs to be slow. This is not something you hurry. So I'm actually using my pointed file here. Now this particular file has an actual edge on both sides, and I'm using my flat file. Now the flat file has an edge on one side, but a smooth edge on the other. So just to sort of show you what I'm doing, I'm actually taking the point and going into my drill holes and basically getting it started. So I'll get in here, get things started, get enough of a actual slot, which I don't know if you'll be able to tell it or not, but I'll get enough of a slot to where I can actually get the flat file in, and I use the actual edge. I'll come in like this, and basically just very, very slowly and carefully come all the way down. And I'm trying to put all the pressure on that long edge, not on the flat spots, because I don't want to make the slots any wider. I'm just going to go straight down for now. And you can feel where you drilled, there's little pieces left in, so you can feel when you drop down. And I'm just taking this very, very slowly. And I check it every once in a while just to see where I'm at. And I'm also keeping the file as flat as I possibly can. Not getting into any kind of hurry whatsoever. So if you can see, right across from where my finger is, we've got the holes, and I've just took it all the way across. So that's the process for getting these slots cut out. It is very time consuming. And again, you don't have to do this. When you buy a lid from Lone Wolf Customs, they actually give you a piece of wire mesh that covers this up. And this is just allow a little bit more airflow to come through the helmet. So I tell you what, I'm going to finish this out. Once it's all done, I'll come back and I'll show you the finished product. All right, everybody. So, yeah, I finally got the vents cut out. Whoo, I'm telling you right now, that was a challenge. So, yeah, the next thing now is going to be the actual faceplate right here. And it was suggested and recommended that I don't go all the way to the edge to actually leave like a small line there. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and start, show you what I'm doing. Then I'll probably finish it up and then show you when I'm done. So here we go. Whew. A little more speed. Trying to find the happy medium. Alright, so I want to show you, this is pretty much the line I'm going. So I got to crank this thing up. It's going to be really, really loud, but when I get it done, I'll show you what I got. Alright, everybody, there it is. It's cut out. It's still, I mean, there's still a lot of finish work I got to do, but like I said, the suggestions were to do a lot of this with files and stuff. So I do have my one little piece here that I left, and I'll probably come back through, trim a little bit more, but I wanted to get the biggest bulk of it off, and then that way I could actually start fine-tuning it. So yeah, this is where the time's going to come in, because there's a lot of filing left to be done. I might trim some more off, take it in small stages. You definitely don't want to get it, you don't want to get carried away, in other words. And, you know, like I said, when you're filing with this piece left on right here, it makes it a lot easier. It still gives us some rigidity, so you can actually go from there. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to get to filing, and hopefully we'll have this thing all cleaned up and ready to go when I get back. Hey, what's up, everybody? All right, so I'm getting there. I'm getting close. Let me finish this up real quick. If you notice, I actually went ahead and cut this piece out. Honestly, it was just making it easier for me. I know the helmet's not going to be sitting in any kind of hot environments. I'm actually going to keep it upstairs in a very good maintained environment. Excuse me, dust. So I wanted to go ahead and get this piece off, because I'm actually going to have to get some different kind of sandpaper to do some finish sanding on these edges. But I'm really pleased so far. I will tell you this, when you're doing these type helmets, long file strokes, like go all the way down the edge, like so. And like I said earlier, you don't get in a hurry, but you can see it does get a little bit more flexible when you cut this little piece off right here. But that's okay, because I'm at the point right now to where I'm going to be using sandpaper. So it's going to be more of a fine-tuning, lighter touch finishing style. But yeah, so far, there we go, right there. I think I actually did a really good job cutting this out and getting it prepped. There's the back. Let me this really does create a lot of dust, but let me sort of give you a preview. There we go, right there. Once I actually get pads and stuff in it, it'll fit a lot better. But for this first video, I think this has turned out really good to getting the biggest majority of this cut out. There's still a seam line right here I need to sand, but I'm not worried about that right now. I wanted to concentrate on getting this actually cut out and prepped, because this is the hardest part right here. But you definitely need to take your time. Don't get in any kind of crazy hurries. The folks at Lone Wolf Customs, they do a phenomenal job on their helmets. The casting process, everything is first rate. Let me see here. There we go, right there. I'm actually probably going to, I've actually got a head form upstairs that I'll be using to put this on. But again, if you know you're not going to be, if you're not going to be touching this for like weeks, you know, if this is going to be like a month or two project, I would definitely recommend leaving a piece right here. I don't even know what I did with my piece that came out. Oh, here it is. So basically, you know, leave that piece in. That keeps this right here from, because if heat gets to it, it will move out. But yeah, there's the actual T-visor. You can see the thickness. These are good molds. They do a great job. This is not a cheap mold by no means. But the some of the stuff I used, I showed you earlier some files, but you've got this little section here where the eye section is. I actually used one of these stones right here. It's an actual stone. I chose it over sanding paper because I used the sanding wheel, but the sanding wheels, you got to be careful. They'll dig in really, really quick. But I use this actual stone. It doesn't take out material as quick, and you can be a little bit more fine-tuned with it. In other words, it doesn't go, it's almost like filing in a way, but again, you need to take your time. You don't need to get in a big hurry because, you know, these helmets are over $100, so you don't want to mess it up. But overall, I think for this first installment of me building this helmet, I think I did a pretty good job. But definitely let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you think about number one, the folks at Lone Wolf Customs. I'll definitely put their links to their helmets and stuff in the description. But yeah, one more time, there we go. That's actually a piece of, let me get that out of there. It might actually be a piece of beard hair, but I think overall I did a pretty bang up job of seaming this thing out. Yeah, I'm pleased with it. But that's going to be it for this installment, this part one, I guess, of me building this helmet. But definitely let me know in the comments what you think. I want to hear your feedback, you know, on my job. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Also, make sure you got notifications turned on. That way you'll know when videos like this drop. But guys, until the next video, always remember, toys and Mandalorian helmets refresh your soul, and I'll see you next time.